And then there, I tried to go for the lead, but I couldn't quite get it. And you saw there, water sent that, so he had to lift, and then I had nowhere to go on him, giving him a push. And then Bag came up on my inside, and then now I'm still behind water as the laps are winding down in stage 1. I go to the inside, almost get him though. I should get him right here going into turn 3 because I have the bottom groove. Yep, and then he just gave it to me. Then I slide up the racetrack and do a little Kyle Busch move, and I clear him. To the lead we go. And then I looked back behind me and see what's going on. Nothing really a whole lot going on. As you see, I made a big mistake there going up the racetrack. And now Water is right there with me once again. So I had to give him the spot because there really wasn't nothing to go, but I'm not giving up. I haven't given it up yet, and then I did, and then they wrecked behind me. That was AD and Bad, and then I gave it up right there. And then I go for the inside on Water. So I get him right there, as that was a beautiful move. I was making some really good moves throughout the race. And then again, there Water on my back bumper. Near my back bumper. He goes to the bottom, which I'm still going to get him, though, on the outside, which is impressive. And then there, at this point, I'm just going ahead of Water. And then you see here, we're side by side, as I kind of made a bit of a mistake, though. But, yeah, and then Water gets the lead, and then I think this is the final lap of the first stage. So me and him are side by side here, as I get the lead going into turn 3, and then Water backs out of it. But I'm still gonna get the stage win right here, as that was just some good racing. Either way, I'll see y'all for the start of stage 2. And now I believe everybody's ready right here, as this is stage 2, a 50-lap stage. And then there you see the green flag. I didn't get a good restart, as I go up on Water, giving Oddly the lead. And then I get shoved by Bad here. So we go down the backstretch. I make a move on Oddly, and then I had to lift out of the gas right here, as I still have the lead on the top side. And then I'm going to lead the first lap of stage 2. I'm here at Bristol. As you see, Bad And then I shove bad, so that's going to give him the lead here in the T3. A lot of multi-groove racing, as you see here. I had to give it up to Oddly right here. Punts bad to the inside, and then I give Oddly a little shove. Actually, a big shove. Almost to the lead, yeah. Actually, to the lead he goes. Then you see Water tries to make it 3 wide. A lot of risky racing, and then you see Oddly gets turned hard. And they're 3 wide. I didn't have enough to get by Oddly, but I'm going to get him here in the T3. I make the move on him right there. But he still has the lead into T1. And then I get a shove by Bad, so that's going to help me get to the lead. And then I tried to do a Larson, but I pulled it off though, barely. And then I made a little mistake there, and I made a bit of a mistake in turn 4. I rode the high side. So Water got me here into T1, but I have the more momentum and advantage right there on him. So we are just side by side entering turn 3. A lot of hard racing going on here in Bristol. And then I go on the inside of Water right there. I almost got him. Again, went on the inside, didn't get him, but I made a bad mistake, as you saw. Sent it deep right there into turn 1. You could really send the cars deep if you're on the bottom. That's what I was learning. As you see Water right there, he made a bit of a slide mistake, and I also made a slide mistake right there. Water slows down a bit, so that's going to allow me to catch up some. And then Water makes a mistake, and then I make a little bit of a mistake, and then Water taps the wall. And then I go to the inside. I almost get to him, though. And then right there, I had a really good corner. As you see, Bad is just in third. He's just waiting for a mistake to happen. This type of racing here with the late models here is just good. And then you see I have a bit of a lag spike. You kind of have to wait for someone. You kind of have to hope for someone to make a mistake or something like that. Like, that's what this racing is about. It's either that or you just ride in line or find a way to get to someone. That's a part of short track racing. And then Water had a bad turn too, so that's going to allow me to catch up to him a lot more. As you see, my pace is just good. And then you see here, I'm right near Water's bumper. About to give him the good old bump and run, I believe. I mean, with these cars, you could really do it. The draft was so weak that if you just bump someone, you could just legit boot them out of the way. That's how short track racing works. That's how you get around someone. If you've been waiting too long. As you see, I just give Water a bit of a push. And he sends it up the racetrack. That's going to allow me to catch up a lot more. And what you're about to see is probably one of the most baddest mistakes I've made in the race so far. Here shortly. As you see, I'm on the inside. I'm going to send it on Water into T3 right here. I get him, but I thought I was clear at some point. I think it may have been on the backstretch. As you see, I just make a bad mistake. And then you see how close we are. As we head for T3, Water's going to get me there. But I don't give up. And then I come back on the inside. As you see, we make contact right there. And then I think right here was where I made a mistake. Nope, not yet. But either way, I'm in the lead at this point, and I'm feeling good about sweeping the stages. But like I said, later on, I make a mistake towards the end of the stage that costed me the stage a win. There wasn't enough time for me to come back, to catch up, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. As you see here, I was barely clear right there, which is good. And then me and Water are side by side, and then there just wasn't enough room. And then there you see, down I go, and then there goes Bad to the lead. As I fall all the way back to P4. And then I'm just going to charge my way through the field. And at this point, the lead is over a second for Bad in the 5 car. So, yeah, there's that. He had a really good car last night, to be honest. As you see at this point, water is right on Oddly, right near his back bumper. As I sit in the corner there in turn 3, I really don't catch up a lot. And then turn 4, I made a big mistake hitting the wall. And I lost a bit of time, and so did Water too, as the laps are winding down here for stage 2. I'm trying everything I can to catch back up and try and sweep the stages. And then they're side by side up in the front there. And then here comes Water out of nowhere, and then here I am up there. You know, I'm that fourth car just waiting for something to happen. As you see Water right there on Oddly, a lot of beating and banging going on, because this is a short track, you know? And then Oddly is just right there on the back bumper. He had such a huge shove by Water. And then I gave Water a bit of a tap. And then Bad went below the apron, giving Oddly the advantage. But then as you see, the crossover by Oddly, that was a beautiful crossover. And then he goes up into the wall. But either way, he gets the lead, and then Water right there in second, as that was the stage end. And I will see y'all for stage 3, which is Chaos. Alright, here we go. Stage 3 is 50 laps. This is the first lap. This is the start of stage 3. And what you're about to see is the first actual wreck of the race that threw out a caution. As you see, we head for turn 1 here. Oddly in the lead. Here comes Water and Bad. As you see here, this is just bad right here. Water's going to make it 3 wide, making Oddly in the middle. He has nowhere to go. He gets propped on top of Bad, and then watch this. Bam! Hard into the wall. And then there's the Yarka brakes, and then the only 2 that got away was, well, actually, the only 3 was me, 1, and Bad. As the caution is now out on lap 2 of 50. As that was the Bristol big one, I'm going to call it. And yeah, I'll see y'all for the restart. So here at this point, someone had to go. Either way, here's the restart here, which it was a bit chaotic. Oh yeah, that's right. It was Bad that had to go. So it's a 5-car race at the moment, but it will eventually be a 6-car race. As you see, Ace up in the P3. I get a good restart, and then Juan gets sideways right into me, and I save it. Good job there by everybody of saving it. Now Ace is in P2, as this is honestly the long green flag run here of stage 3, which kind of gets boring, to be honest, until another caution comes out. And yeah, I made a big mistake on turn 4. I accidentally went up high, and now Oddly's on my back bumper, but then he makes a mistake. This track was kind of making people a bit angry, that the fact they was slowing their car down, and then Oddly's just going to get me here on the inside. But I never give it up, though. This battle ain't done yet, as I say, as I give him the bumper, as that's going to force him up the racetrack a little bit, but then he clears me. And then I make even a bigger mistake. As you see the controller right there I'm using. I just keep on falling for a couple of laps, but I eventually catch up to him right there. As you see, he makes a bit of a mistake here. It's really all about patience and pace from this race. So you see, I go up on the inside as I do my classic dive bomb send. And then Oddly went up high, giving me the advantage to catch him a lot. As you see, he goes down low, and then I'm towards like the top groove. But I still catch him either way. And here we go again, the battle again between Beast and Oddly. As you see, side by side, you know, I'm running the Snappa 3 car in this series. It be looking dope. So Oddly sends it to the inside to try and keep the lead. And he does, but he shoots up the racetrack a little bit and hits the wall. And then I'm on the outside. And then I go onto the inside of him, and I clear him for the lead, as we're back in P1, baby. And then I make a mistake in turn 4, as Oddly's going to get to me, as we're side by side for turn 1. And then I just give it to Oddly, but I'm going to get a crossover here. And I give him another shove, forcing him up the racetrack, and down on the inside I go. A little bit of contact made, and then into turn 1, I do my middle groove. I put it Oddly up against the wall. That's called rubbins racing, as we're still rubbing each other, and then I get him right here. And I all of a sudden have a humongous lead here. Like, I mean, a huge lead, and the field is just so spread out at this point. And then I made a bit of a mistake because I tapped the wall, but I still have a big lead. And then Audley made even a bigger mistake, tapping the wall even harder than I did. As you see, I have a tremendous lead behind. And then some odd reason the caution came out, and it's like around 10 laps to go. I was frustrated that a late race caution came out. You hate to. And then I make a bit of a mistake, but it's okay. As Audley's kind of catching up to me a little bit, as it is 10 laps to go here at Bristol. My heart started racing a little bit. As you saw, I look behind me and check, and then Audley just goes out of nowhere on my inside. Me and him are racing each other really hard right now. So we head for turn 1. He's going to get it, though, but I'm going to get the crossover here eventually on him. And then he goes high, and then I go on the low side. So me and him are still about side by side. As you see, the lap is 1:18. Oh, wait. So now it's 10 laps to go right here, yeah. Well, I can't tell. If you can see better than I can, let me know in the comments section. Yeah, lap 117. So it's lap 119 here. As you see the gap right there, 2/10 ahead of Audley, and then third place is 2 seconds back. And then out of nowhere, Audley just makes up he was 2/10 behind me right there. I'm like, oh my gosh. So we have 4 laps to go here. Well, approaching 4 to go. I have a somewhat good lead over Audley Racer here. As you see, I go down low. And then Audley made a bit of a mistake right there. 3 laps to go here. As I just have a good lead, and I'm gonna let y'all enjoy the final 2 laps of the race. And that is how you get a dub at Bristol. Just like that. That easy. As you see here, I'm doing my celebration out lap. This was my 12th career row racing win. As you see here, one just comes by. I mean, people really like seeing me win. Because I'm that good of a racer. And I mean, I deserve a championship eventually, which I will get some titles eventually. And then as you see here, I try and do my burnout, but it's a bad burnout. Because of the track surface layer being a bit weird. But either way, I'm proud, and as you see, I go do a victory lap. And yeah, hold on. If you want a burnout, here is your burnout that I did. It was a somewhat okay burnout. And then after this is going to be the, ending the conclusion of this video. On my thoughts of the race. What's coming up next? When will the next upload be? And yeah. So I was just really happy for myself. I just don't know what my deal is with late models in Bristol. Like, I'm just good at Bristol in the late model car for some odd reason. Like, I mean, I'm not one of those guys that's just not good at super speedways. I'm one of those guys that's like good at any type of track. But late models and frickin' Bristol, that's just something different about me. As that is my burnout. Alrighty guys, that's going to conclude today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, I will have the link in the description for my Discord fanbase server. Next race is going to be Sunday night. Season 2 of the Valvoline 500. I am excited for it. I'm going to be running a patriotic scheme, which you will see in the video and or the live stream if you watch the live stream on Twitch, which I will also have the link to my Twitch in the description as well. The analysis video should probably be out Tuesday. It's probably going to be a long one. And yeah, like I said, comment, like, subscribe, join my servers, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. Peace out.